guys, what's up? My name's Boston. I am a concert photographer based in Los Angeles, California, and in today's video I am talking about my least favorite thing about being a concert photographer. So this isn't going to be a long video, so let's just jump right into it. So a lot of people, when I talk to them and tell them what I do and that I've been a concert photographer for a little over 5 years, I get a lot of like wows and ahs that people are so excited about this job. They want to know how to get into it, how to do it themselves, and everyone thinks that there's like no downside. For the most part, this video is going to be very lighthearted. My least favorite thing about being a concert photographer is by no means the worst thing in the world. I do want people to realize that there are issues with being a concert photographer. Like every job, it has its pros and cons. But I do want to touch on a few things that have proven to be a struggle for me, and then my absolute least favorite thing about being a concert photographer. So just to start off, a few things that are like more serious, I guess, is there are extremely long hours. If you are working with a band or a magazine or a publication that needs a fast turnaround, you might be up all night working on editing your photos and getting everything out to the people you need to send it to. And sometimes if you're working a day job, that means that you might be up until 4 or 5 a.m. editing photos and then going to your day job at 8, 9 a.m. Speaking of day jobs, concert photography does not really pay as much as we would like it to. You are in front of computers probably more often than you're in the pit. So it is one of those things that if you didn't want a desk job or a like stay-at-home office job, this might not be a job for you because you do spend a lot of time editing and in front of a computer. Speaking of that, concert photography by itself can be a little bit stressful on your body. When you are carrying around a lot of gear for festivals, you can have a lot of aches and pains. To me, the biggest worst thing about being a concert photographer, and I know this sounds really ridiculous, so stick with me, is meeting and being around musicians that I have grown to love and love their music, love who they are, and then I meet them and they're not the person that I expect them to be. This kind of goes with like meeting any sort of like celebrity or like icon, is like once you meet them you kind of have this ideal in your head for who they are, what they should be like, and all of that. It's just kind of ridiculous that we internally form these like ideals of who these people are without us knowing them. And there are certain people that like if you listen to the song or it was like a very important song or they were a very important band for a specific part of your life, you tend to have like an emotional bond towards them. So when you have an idea of someone and you're putting them on this pedestal and then they're over here and just like not doing as great, it is frustrating. And I am a super huge fan of music. And I know a lot of people in the industry that do this as their job and they're like, yeah, that was a good performance, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. But when I come into the pit, I come into the pit as a big fan, as someone who is looking up to these people, as someone who is listening to these people's music. I have met a few bands that were just mean and kind of disrespectful. I've met people that just completely ignored me. I totally get that musician lives are stressful, that when you're on tour, when you're on stage, you have so many like different things to worry about than being nice to certain people. There are some bands that I have been so overwhelmed and so overjoyed to be in the pit for. Tom Petty was one, Slash was another, that I was just so excited to be there, and they really lived up to the hype. So I walked away a bigger fan than I was when I first walked in. But on the other side of it, there have definitely been bands where I show up and they're just rude, they're ignoring photographers, They set up specific rules that are frustrating, and it just keeps kicking down my idea of them until I'm not as much as a fan as I used to be. Now, I know that this sounds ridiculous and sounds like I'm just a very complainy fangirl, but I do want to say that it is important to note when you're a concert photographer coming into the pit as a fan. So just be aware that if you are a music lover like me, this is kind of a downside of being close to these people and working with these people. So that is my biggest complaint about being a concert photographer. I know it is ridiculous, so let me know if you agree or disagree with me down in the comments. What is your biggest complaint about being a concert photographer or being a photographer in general? If you are a concert and music lover, tell me what you think about going to concerts. Have there ever been like a band or a musician that just going to their concert made you not be a fan anymore? I want to hear about that too. Please like my video if you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel, as I do put out new videos every Tuesday. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.